Swami Vishnu-devananda talks a little bit about his peace mission over the Berlin Wall and meeting Swami Sivananda first time.
If you knew is the Brahman, God, only when you realize that Brahman, the God, I am Brahman, you'll be able to escape from that. So also, the purpose of life is to realize that. So these young people, though his father has got money and bank balance and all this, he was tempted by the father. And so, my son's brain is going to be destroyed by staying small, bunk bed in small room like that. Understood that onslaught of the father's temptation, like Yaman. And his elder brother, he also, like a good, his name is Atma, he also took yoga teacher and course. Both brothers become yogis, then businessmen and so forth. It's just accident. At this early age, they can take this. And Atma Ram, you saw that the video of the Berlin flight. So I had to come across from London. I had to fly to Austria, and from Austria to Germany. From Germany, in a small airport, I asked his brother Atma Ram, yeah. And I asked him to meet me in an airport because I can't directly go because everyone is looking where I am. So in London, if I directly fly, they will find out easily to airports, and their computers everywhere. All over Europe, they are searching for me. So I had just make so many come apart. They pretended that I am driving to a friend's house, but again, I was going to airport. There's no. And then I did not go direct to Germany. I had to go to Austria, and Austria to Vienna, Vienna from there. Then I drove from Vienna to cross border, and then they stopped, and then again came to Berlin and so forth. It's an indirect. So he was decoy to drive me. All these people also helped in my Berlin flight and many other things. Nothing is accident. So the purpose of life is to find who am I. You are Brahman, you have amnesia in so many lives, so many incarnations, you have many dreams of incarnation. Each incarnation is like a dream. One incarnation you were a doctor, next incarnation you was an engineer, next incarnation you was a violinist, next incarnation you was a thief or a bank robber. And each one incarnate like a nightmare, some present nightmare, everything is forgotten. Each incarnation you are forgetting. Amnesia. And each time you think, you have fresh life you are starting. So I had also amnesia in my past life. I want to become a scientist. With the whole, because I have just made. But I forgotten I got other samskaras too, yoga samskaras. But there was no opportunity for this to sprout until I met my master, a leaflet in the basket, in my waistcoat basket in the army. I was in World War II, in Jalandhar, and I was reading some last letter. I took up and read. It's a crumbled sheet, Sadhana Tattva, Essence of Spiritual Practice, by Swami Sivananda Rishikesh, Himalayas. I don't know where Rishikesh, but that I read a little bit simple. Just read, just take the which one. When you read the first, the two things about sadhana, the life. This is the first crumbled sheet I found in it, but not this particular much as I put. What is happening? Not always here. You don't have it here? Okay. So the first line in that I read, an ounce of practice is better than tons of theory. That's the first thing I read. An ounce of practice. That's something must be. And what it is, he's talking. I read it. Ounce of practice. The first thing is health culture. Second is psychic culture, ethical culture. Third, a small headline, ethical culture, health culture, psychic culture, will culture. I read the first thing, health culture. Psych culture, he just do your asanas, little health exercise, etc. Even it's one, two simple words, but it is so powerful, as if I must have seen this man. When it started ringing in my life, I must see, I was just like, there's 18 in the army, 17, 18 almost. And I expected that I'm going to get big promotions and going to be one day big officer, etc. But that day, when I read that, maybe some amnesia had gone from the past incarnation. Came back as if my body started vibrating. I must see this man. But in the army, you can't just go. Even weekends, you cannot even go to city. It's a camp life, but it's all controlled. If you want to go 1 hour, we can go once Sunday. If you want to go to bazaar, and then they have to get, even for that, we have to get permission. But I want it. I don't know whether she gets how far away, because those days everything was good in the wartime. That's 1946 it was. And so I just made a small application form. I want to go for 2 days. I want to be off on weekend, long weekend. And I never knew this, never going to get this, because they won't allow to go. Whether you believe or not, I got 2 days off. Then I took the train from Jalandhar all the way to Ambala to Haridwar. And from Haridwar, I had to take a bus. It's a long story. Anyhow, I arrived there. And then at that time, Munikirti, the ashram was very small for Munikirti. Very, very small. There was hardly only 2-3 buildings. And one broken building where Gurudev's kitchen and his cottage and the bank band. And there's a temple which you had to climb to the temple by using actually creepers. There no steps or anything, like a hill on the hilltop. And we literally had to climb up. So I came and we took to Vishnu-devananda and then came to Sorgasham, that way how the round trip. And then took the boat, came to Munikirti. At that time, I don't know whether I can see this man, I don't know whether he will be available or not. And I came, was, at that time, he was sitting in the old, present, now it's all demolished, I think. It's demolished. It's not still there. The old kitchen is still there. I don't know. Anyhow, he was sitting on the bench. 20 or 30 people with me, long came. And I stood from the distance. I can't go near because I'm a small boy. I don't know how to ask questions. But I want to just see. I had only 1 minute only because I had to catch the return bus. Otherwise, they will court-martial me if you don't go back. So I just looked at him. My first look. He was sitting. There was no tiger skin, no fans, no disciples fanning and so forth. And they give. In fact, no one except visitors came and they. And people started asking few questions, and I stood from the behind, about 20 feet back. They went because I don't know how to approach him and so forth. But when I looked at him, literally I cried. His face is quite different. It's not like ordinary human face. Though it appears to be human face. Even smile, his whole body will smile. When he talks, every pore, and it's coming from deep from the heart. That was sufficient. That's my first sight, 1 minute. I just went back, I catch my bus to Haridwar to take my train back, otherwise it would be all late and performance problems. That's one of my first, but that was sufficient. My memories start coming back from my past. Looking at him as if I knew him at some time in the past. But still amnesia existed. Then went to the army and finished the thing, and then went to our contract was until the war, 1 year if necessary after the war. And now they asked me to stay in the army. No, forget, I am going back to. And then in the army itself, I started doing my asana, pranayama. There are everything in the mosquito net at night, early, because no one can see what I'm doing. So I have to be inside the mosquito net. I do my worship. I put my small altar and big flowers and learn. I have to worship Narayana, my Vishnu, my deity. Even I don't know. I had to find a picture. I went and got a picture from the bazaar and I put it in my inside my small pot and the tent, because everyone has a mosquito in the army, So we had to put that in the and put so no one would see me. And before the 4 o'clock early morning parade starts, I must get up and I need flower to worship. Where do I find flower? So I found someplace, a nice garden in the army camp, and lots of rose flowers. Now and then I could pick a few rose flowers and bring it without anyone's knowledge. I did not know. And one day they caught me. It was the general's house. I was stealing the flowers. And they took me there. You know, they didn't punish me for that. That one week I never come here again. So my spiritual life, amnesia started moving out. And slowly, I started doing intense mantra japa. And still I don't know my mantra, but I know my mantra must be Om Namo Narayana. Even I was repeating Om Namo Narayana. Even before I was initiated by my master after several years afterwards. Because Vishnu is my deity. My amnesia just moved and I want to worship. And I was start reading Gita because I knew Sanskrit in my school. So then I start reading Gita. One of the things you must read Gita. I got sadhana sato, so I was reading Gita. And everything I do one, and then I started doing asana pranayama. Now read that, these things, and I will not go too much. Read that, the fast.
Science of 7 cultures, sadhana tattva. An ounce of practice is better than tons of theory. Practice yoga, religion and philosophy in daily life, and attain self-realization. These 32 instructions give the essence of the eternal religion.
Eternal religion.
They are suitable for modern busy householders with fixed hours of work. Modify them to suit your convenience and increase the period gradually. Make a few practicable resolves only in the beginning, which form a small but definite advance over your present habits and character. In case of ill health, pressure of work, or unavoidable engagements, replace your active sadhana by frequent remembrance of God.
Okay, read the introduction version of what health.
1. Health culture.
That's the first thing I read. Health culture. Okay. No Swami ever says about health culture. They are talking Vedanta, Saptamasi, the what, that you are Brahman. Here the man is talking about health culture. Okay.
1. Eat moderately. Take light and simple food. Offer it to God before you eat. Have a balanced diet. 2. Avoid chilies, garlic, onions, tamarind, etc. as far as possible.
As far as possible, he's very kind. As far as possible, they are not so bad. If we can avoid it as much as possible. Garlic, onions, etc. Then certain things.
Give up tea, coffee, smoking.
Give up. There is not moderate. Where is that? Give up tea, coffee,
smoking, beetles,
beetle leaf. That's injectable chew beetle leaf.
Meat and wine entirely.
Entirely. Then there is no compromise on that. Next.
3. Fast on Ekadasi days.
Then on special days of the month. Okay.
Take milk, fruits, or roots only.
If you can't eat completely fast, just take fruits and roots.
4. Practice yogic asanas or physical exercises for 15 to 30 minutes daily.
For health culture, you see, here is a Swami, God is a soul saying, practice some exercise. Don't just meditate always. He did not even say meditate. Okay, then
take a long walk or play some vigorous game daily.
Vigorous game also is okay. Play a little game now and then. There's no harm. And take long walk. Yeah.
Energy culture.
Now that's health culture. He started with health culture. See how practical this man is. When I read that, my God, this is called life. He's teaching me how to lead a life. Next, energy culture.
First, observe silence or mauna for 2 hours daily, or 4 to 8 hours on Sundays.
You guys don't have to lingual diarrhea like me. I'm having lingual diarrhea. So not stop with lingual diarrhea. Don't gossip with the friends and so forth. Actually, every year, 2 hours on Sundays. Up to 4 hours on holidays, you can do that. You have 2 hours, 22 hours, you can watch it, but 2 hours just leave for just observe silence and talk to your mind. Yeah.
Next, observe celibacy according to your age and circumstances.
Celibacy, the most difficult part. The most difficult part. Celibacy means not walking towards Brahman. Brahmacharya means walking towards Brahman, not towards creation. Everyone can get married and procreate and go on, make money, etc. Just walking towards creation. But you are now uphill, Brahmacharya, going to Brahman, the God, the soul. It's not brahmacharya means just merely celibacy, physical celibacy. It is the mind, the spirit, everything must go towards that God. So brahmacharya is not just merely abstinence from some sexual act. Your mind itself, the desire itself must go. Desire to procreate, to follow the path, it must upwards. That's called brahmacharya. Power will come only when sublimate that energy back. That's very difficult. Start. Could they say again, how kind he? Because I know that most difficult part. Read what he said, read again that.
Observe celibacy according to your age and circumstances.
Because if you're a married person, you can indulge in sexual acts as a married. But again, be careful. Do not just indulge like animals. Have certain time and hours. So if there is, if you cannot practice this brahmacharya for a householder every day, just make it once a week. And then he says, make it once a month afterwards, after some practice. Then make once a year. And then take a lifelong vow. According to age, circumstances. He's again very kind. Because without celibacy, practicing celibacy, nothing is possible in spiritual life. Because the energy, what Galena is playing violin, is the control of that energy. It comes in the form of violin, music. The meditation comes, the same celibacy, same energy which you owe in sexual act, you are transmitting. And that power makes you to meditate to control the mind. That energy again properly controlled, it becomes engineer, doctors, all the power comes. You can write books, read books, and inspire people, the same energy. But you cannot waste that energy unnecessarily for a few minutes of pleasure. People think, in West especially, without that the life is meaningless. But you don't know the power of that energy which you waste just for little pleasure. But you cannot do that, you cannot stop that sexual desires, that the most powerful desires in the world. After breathing, sexual desires, the contact with the opposite sex, the most difficult. It's not possible to conquer. Even Buddha himself said, among all the desires, this is the most difficult thing to conquer. We all, Swamis and Yogis, we all have the same problem. Because we are not different because I am put an orange or I am different from you all. We have to turn that energy upward, reverse it, its growth, its motion, from downward to upward, and making the tejas energy. And that energy, I'm not just again talking egoistically, please God forgive me, Gurudev forgive me. If I created all these ashrams and all the centers and brought you all, it is that energy, sublimated energy, and God's name, that both will help you sublimate. I do not have any money to do all these things. It's not my money. Still you are all here. It's not money. So what it is done, that energy I am using it only sublimated instead of using for wrong purpose or for lower purpose, for pleasure's sake, but I create all these things. So creation, you can create a baby, you can create music, art, you can be a great genius like Jesus. They're all brahmacharis. Jesus practiced brahmacharya. He went into desert and practiced that. And that energy, he created all that love, what he created thousands of years ago still. Thousands and millions of people following him. But if he is a drunkard and a person seeker, nothing would happen. So Gurudev Sivananda, that power of his psychic energy, the brahmacharya, the power of renunciation, created all, even brought us to him. And we, symbol, piece of iron piece, he may magnetize to his power. Shakti Sanchar, true Shakti Sanchar. Only Shakti Sanchar means passing Shakti. Only possible the people who have transmuted this energy into Oth Shakti. So celibacy is the most important thing. Yes, next. Okay, that's sufficient because we'll take time. So you see, this is the first thing I read. My body, and then I went to Rishikesh and all things started, and then after the war, I went back into my house, my home, and I was now already started practicing asana pranayama. You know, now I'm free man, and I want to just do my this property, and my cousin was a school teacher, and she wanted to make my monster school which I must start myself. and so forth and so forth. And I went to the training, further to become a teacher, school teacher, and then I got 147. I received it. That's almost it. I stayed only a few days afterwards in the ashram, and then came back next time, second time, and then at that time I asked my master, what shall I do before I went back home? Keep spiritual diary and sent to me regularly. At that time Ashram was very small. He himself used to sign all the letters and the spiritual diary he would go through. There's not many people write. So I send my spiritual diary every month. And all these things in the spiritual diary, how many times I stayed in Brahmacharya, how many lies I told, how many times I got angry, and how many times I'm able to subdue my anger, etc. And I still am not successful about that. We all know all this. After years and years of 61 years, I started, still 17 years, I started all this. Still at 61, still I'm not able to do this one thing. I'm unable to control my anger. That's a confession I'm making to you all. So anyhow, all this I sent, and then the invitation came for 60th birthday, Diamond Jubilee celebration, 1947, September. And I know I used to get stipend for the training, and they weren't allowed to give. Then they take me off from the college. And so anyhow, I just upload application that I'm going for 2 weeks because it takes about 4 days by train to Rishikesh, and 4 days back, about at least about 8 days it will take to 8 to 10 days to just travel alone. But anyhow, I didn't care. I just an application form, and I just when I got into the bus from there to Namara from Kanimangalam, where his father, he also coming from and the bus stand, and from there, so mother came to the bus stand, and she looked at me. I looked at her. The voice said, "I won't come back." I was frightened. I'm only going for 2 weeks, and more of my parents are waiting. They're only depending upon me for everything. That all our property is gone by the time. They don't know anything except whatever I may earn in the future. Only they are able to survive. But I turned to her, and voice said, "No, I won't come back." And she also saw some faith in me. She frightened to see that condition. I don't know what. Something telepathically, she knew that something is happening. And come to Swami thing took place, and I arrived in Rishikesh, and Madras itself, central station. I had little money. A boy came and said, "My mother is sick, and I got no food to buy, and my mother, and she's sick, and I might have one little money just for my travel." Maybe God wants to renounce at this Madras central station. The last penny I took everything I gave to him. Now I've got no money even to buy the ticket. I had to travel without ticket. So my renunciation started. God said, "Okay, start. You start, walk, you go to Rishikesh, not with money, start going to see the master as a renunciate." The past, again, amnesia is slowly moving. So I don't want to carry any money, I can just travel. So I got on the train, and sometimes the ticket collector came to check up all the tickets. Whether you believe it or not, he just passed by. He didn't ask for the ticket from me. Somehow, Gurudev protects again. From that moment onwards, Gurudev is taking charge. Even before that, even army, Gurudev wants, he brought me to the army because I want to join the navy, and everything went wrong. I had a bad heart and bad things and so forth, underage, underweight, and everything. Then I went to, I want to go to Bangalore where my cousin is there, and so I got a ticket. That they gave, my parents only gave me enough money to buy the ticket to Bangalore. And 2 days I already spent my most of the money, and then I got enough money, and they were standing after the recruiting office. There was dismissal because of bad heart, etc. I came and stood and waiting for the. And another young boy came, he was 2-3 years old from Andhra, I speak. And he saw me in the recruiting office. What happened? I said, I want to join the Navy and I want to learn more about the electronic etc. Because there's no other way I can learn all those things. But they disqualified me because of medical problems, because I'm underage and so forth. Then he said, come with me to Madras. I will take you to Army Engineering. I know the people there. He said, first of all, I got no money to buy the ticket to Madras. I already got the Bangalore ticket. That's the last penny I had. This before I went to Rishikesh, I'm talking, how I went to Army. Gurudev started even putting me, amnesia is removing, even before I saw him. And this boy came and insisted me, I must go to Madras. He said, no, I'm not going there. I don't know who you are. And I don't have money. And I'm the first time I'm traveling, I never seen these big cities in my life. First time I've seen these big cities and I've got no money and I don't know where I'm going. And I must go to my cousin in Bangalore who must be waiting for me. But the same train will go from Jolapet, that's about 100 miles, and then I had to change the train at midnight to another train to Bangalore. This same train directly go to Madras. The boy sat next to me. I had only a handbag, small handbag. And I took that handbag when the junction came over 100 miles and midnight, and I want to change my train now. So I said goodbye to him. He said, no, you can't go to Bangalore. You must come to Madras. What are you talking about? Something happened. I just sat there. I went to Madras. And then the ticket collector, the last time they came, they want to check the ticket. And by the time this boy said, I will pay the extra money necessary. I looked, he is not there. Then I looked at this bag, these two bags, small handbags. I told the ticket collector that his bag is, my friend will give you the money. He has just gone out, I think. Then okay, let me see, I wait for the friend to come. And he sat next to me. And the train started going by that time because there's only 1 minute stop or 2 minutes. And the boy did not, after the last junction, and the boy did not come. So he take the 2 bags and come with me. And he took me to police station, the railway police station. And the boy saw me. I was taking his bag. He ran and he tried to grab me. And the police, you also come with me. So both of us again was taken to police station. So instead of joining the army, the navy, I wound up in the police station, police jail. And one of you can go and get some money for paying extra fare, otherwise, both have to go to jail. And my friend said, I don't know anybody here, I am just a new person, I don't even, never seen the city in my life. This friend said, come to Madras, and I got my ticket to Bangalore. But Bangalore ticket is not sufficient to Madras. So you get new ticket, pay extra. And I said, you go and find some money. He said, you got many friends here, and then we can get out. And he had a blackbird fountain, olden days fountains are even now. Those days, blackbird fountain in London, very difficult to find. He had a blackbird fountain and he gave that to the ticket collector. It was like getting a gem, He was very happy and he left us. And we walked then to the recruiting office. Long story. But anyhow, Master took me to Madras. If I did not join the engineering course, that was later on, took me to Jalandhar. From there, after my initial training, they took me to Jalandhar headquarters. I will never see my master. That people came. It's an accident. That's called life. Your life is already reenacting the story, what you did in the past. Little amnesia start going. And even the master was acting as this boy came. In fact, this boy took me afterwards to eat because I was hungry whole day. And the evening my first exam completed, was no problem. Evening again, the exam is there to be enrolled. And it's the intermission time, and so I went to go and have the lunch and come. And this boy said, come with me, I will take you to lunch. And he had to take two recruiting officers also. He took all of them. And I thought he must have money. And he went to Muslim hotel. I'm a born vegetarian, and I don't want to eat any meat, but anyway, he took the Muslim hotel. And he ordered everything. They all had nice sumptuous meal. I said, no, I won't eat meat. I was hungry, but what can I do? I won't eat. So they gave me a piece of bread and some sugar and I snack. And after eating all these things, the time is we have to go for an exam now, the new exam, and said, let us hurry. And the recruiting officers also. But this boy said, I'll come back in 2 minutes. And he went out to buy cigarette or something. And was sitting there, and that last time I saw him, he never came back. He said he's going to pay the money, but no one has got the money, neither me nor the recruiting officers, and we had all. So we are stuck with that. Now we can't get out until we pay the water bill. And luckily another recruiting officer comes to speak Malayalam. I spoke to he speaks Malayalam, I don't know who he is. He saw me there, and he said, if there's any problem, you come to me in the office. He is a recruiting officer. I spoke in Malayalam, mother tongue. And then I said, I'm stuck here, I can't get out because we didn't, my friend is gone, I have no money for us in my hand. He said, okay, I'll give some money for just for this thing. You return to me when you get the first pay. Thank God, do that. But I don't know where, but he trusted me, gave some money, and I paid the bill, and we all got out. And then from the very beginning, and then joined the Jalandhar, went to engineering corps, and then went to Jalandhar and got all the training and met all the things. Then went to India back after the war, went back to, came back and stayed. Then now coming for the Diamond Jubilee celebration as a civilian. And I was given a small job of putting lintels to take care of the lintels. Everyone has got some karma yoga. And I was young and a small boy, and I was simple karma yoga to keep the lintels dry. Because monkeys are coming all the time. There are lots of monkeys those days, all the time, unbelievable. And those monkeys are snatching, so I was given, please keep the monkeys away. So I used to play with the monkeys and we used to do it now and then. And I had a wonderful karma yoga. At that time, Gurudev, at the present post office, the kitchen, he just came that way. He finished his work, and he saw me. I was having that camera. He was a young man. He couldn't recognize me. So 2-3 years ago, I saw him for a few minutes, so he can't recognize me. So he never even knew that he saw me before. But he came and he saw me. I was guarding the lintels. Stay here. Yes. And I remember, my God, what did I say? Stay. I want to go back. I gave my word, but I remember that amnesia. When I left my home, I won't see my mother again. I won't come back to my home. That actually took place. Instead, I thought Gurudev is going to give me Kundalini Yoga, and by the time practice asana, pranam, even the army, and I not left. Vishnu-devananda every day, I repeat one and 100 miles of Om Namo Narayana. So it was very strict. I was doing practice. Now I want to awaken my Kundalini. I thought my Gurudev is going to touch me and make me Kundalini. Go and wash the clothes of all the guests and dry it and bring it back. But I did not even wash my own clothes because we got below dignity. Because I born upper class and we don't take room and suit and wash others' clothes. That was my first lesson. Of course, he taught me first humility in that. But anyhow, when I joined the organization, he said, wash the clothes of the guests. Serve. Kundalini will come later on. So anyhow, that's how my life started. And amnesia slowly moving. And bring complete this book as one copy, please. Complete this book, okay? And then I want to go back and my master said, I want so my master and also my parents. There's a tug of war. I want to go back home, I want to stay. And then I wrote a small piece of paper. And that's because I can't talk to him. He said, Mata nasti pita nasti, neither mother for you nor father for you. Then he added one more word. Swami is like an inhuman fathers and mothers. This is only one of them, one pair of them. And I had still pain to leave my emotions, attachment is there to my parents. Please give Gurudev, if you are great, remove this attachment. And again he said, Mata nasti pita, neither mother nor father for you. And then I stayed here, and then I had my later on I got a job as a personal assistant and so forth. And started first time Forest Academy, University, Yoga was in the Forest University. And he made me a Hatha Yoga professor. I was only 18. I did not even know how to Hatha Yoga. He said, he touched me. Everyone will come to you. And all this things, the fixed yoga, asana, whatever. I never learned from anybody. My past amnesia is gone. Now I remember asana, what is pranayama, what is bandhas, mudras. The whole book actually, the knowledge of technique, what you are learning, is not teach by my master directly as I do. He made my master from the very beginning and just opened the amnesia. Everything will come, start coming. They create all these things. Never existed even in India. They forgotten thousands of years this type of technique. What I am teaching you here, forgotten. I have to bring back my master who said, don't read the book of others because I start other people to read your book. You bring it from within you. That's the power of him. He has got the power to remove the amnesia. Our life is nothing but amnesia. We are reminded. Then I know I had many faults. Then he knows how to. I got ego and anger and so forth. All these things. One small incident I tell you that's very important. Then I conclude. One of his matches' birthday, Swami, Venkateshan's birthday, because they celebrate senior Swami's birthday. For everyone, would they celebrate everyone's birthday? And he was singing. So it's not a very big grand scale, but in so I just want to decorate the small where the present bookshelves were there, fashion book was sold. I decorated. There's not many people in it. Gurudev comes. Even many people are not. He comes regularly. I made a guide wire and about 30 feet long, a guide wire, and made a aeroplane. I never seen an aeroplane in my life. That's in 1948 or 9, something like that. Made a small aeroplane using a basket as skull, and then wrapped some papers over there and put two wings and put a small pulley. I do not understand what it is, but anyhow, the aeroplane must be something like that. And they put a pulley and hung on the guide wire in the slope, and master was sitting this end. I brought the then I had a small string, and inside I made small trapdoor like bomb bay. But this bomb is drop flowers. I'm talking this. Now I remember, I forgot even this incident. And I put some flowers and closed the trapdoor. And then when I released that to the guide where the plane will come down, it's a paper plane, paper match, and I created myself there. And it come back, and the master sitting on the very end, and the trapdoor bomb master with flowers. Because I never knew one day I'm going to Bombay, Egypt and Israel and I never even knew. Then the trapdoor did not really open properly. Because it needs some weight. I did not afraid to put any weight inside that because it may fall on master said only flower is okay. But the flower is not having enough weight. But anyhow, then I had to come back and open the trapdoor and by my hand and put the flower falling on master's head. To surprise, master asked a question. Where did you learn? In fact, not only that, my theory was Swami Venkateshanji, I just then announced. Swami Venkateshanji before he was born, he came to Australia and saw Gurudev where he was, and he offered flowers. So in the plane he came and he's dropping flowers. That was my the theme of that. So in the astral plane before he was born, Venkateshanji, he was the person he really worked many of you all book and work with. So he came astral and saw Swami Sivananda, he bowed and offered flowers from the heaven, and then he was born to rebirth. That was my theme of that particular incident. Then I announced that Master heard all those things, but when I brought the flower and brought the airplane coming down to him, and then he asked a surprise question. I was talking about Swami Venkateshanji coming, not me. I never even thought of that. Where did you learn all these things? I just must have heard somewhere or something like that. And he said after some time to my Purvasha mother when she came, one day Swami Vishnu-dev is going to travel all over the world in plane. He will fly him all around. He saw that that's not, though I had some amnesia, but I must have done definitely that most awkward flower before I came to planet Earth. As we reincarnated, I must have seen where the master was. I was looking where he is. He must have guided me. And then I offered flower. And Gurudev said, yes, one day it will happen. And then I remember now, Egypt, Israel, and the Berlin, about etc. I'm bombarding what I did. This I recreated. So what I'm saying, amnesia, we all have amnesia. But nothing what is happening now is just new. You are just continuing where you left in the past. Otherwise, you won't take yoga teacher training course and come to the camp and come for this type of symposium. You would have gone for inner vacations. So that's called life. The life is to reach Godhead or to find out who you are. The biggest amnesia is who you are. You've forgotten you are God and you are identified with perishable body, which is composed of matter and will decompose. And many incarnations you took and you had to forget all those dreams of incarnations and disease and sickness and nightmare, but it's all illusion. When you wake up, you find out, oh my God, all this infinite number of incarnations is just an illusion, just like a dream. I am that I am, Aham Brahmasmi. I am in you, you are in me, we are one. That's the purpose of life. That's called life. So yeah, some of the amnesia is gone from your life, otherwise you won't be here. But you practice more meditation, more asana, more discipline. Many of your past amnesia will go, and the more new samskaras will come. Next life will be bigger yogi and bigger yogi. And one day, Shankara, you will reach Shankaracharya. He's from Nassau, and he's Bahamian, and he's also like Nachiketa. And he was a reporter in the newspaper, etc. And then he renounced everything, he took Brahmacharya, and now he's now inside the Bharata is here, and the Bharata goes back to the directly anyhow. If the three samskaras as you see, he can become a very important person in our organization, and especially in Nassau, Bahamas, only Bahamians, we are all foreigners there. We had to get work permit, even. That was on Swamiji, work permit, they arrested him, said he was jail, Bharata was in jail. But he is a Bahamian, there's no problem, because there. So I hope one day, if Gurudev, maybe Gurudev contact, okay, we had lots of problems, because you can't find right Bahamian, because no one comes for these type of things, and who is going to learn all this? But we had two Bahamian before, Hanuman, he was the Bahamas, and he married, and they moved to Toronto, but still he comes with his wife. He's a very beautiful boy, and then before that another, anyhow, the two, three Bahamians, and this one of them, now the present, he is Brahmachari now, and I hope one day he'll be a Swami, and maybe he'll be in charge. And God knows where he'll be going, maybe in charge of that center, because once you become a staff, I will keep you in Nassau, I will send you North Pole, from the hot climate. Would North Pole open a new center there, for Eskimos, and Bahamian will go and visit yoga. We don't know what our karma is there. Just like a Swami from India, I had to come and teach yoga to Europeans and English, and those at that time English people never even come near Indian, they are the second stand. Now they are all coming and learning yoga and chanting here, Chandramurti, Vera Chandramurti. He's in the office of discussion. That's called life. So some of your amnesia I am removing by telling some stories like this, and then it will more grow. Just like Dr. Sundram said, I remember about something, he said, and then little bit concentrate. I don't remember first, he said, then we start moving, some amnesia is gone, and more deeper and more will come up. Same thing in your life too. Many things you have knowledge hidden in the subconscious mind, buried, but we have forgotten this. Many good and bad, but good samskaras just give you that idea to come to this camp, but still you have to go many more things you can bring to subconscious mind to conscious level, through meditation, through discipline. And this discipline I give 5 points: proper exercise, asana, proper breathing, pranayama, proper relaxation, shavasana, proper diet, vegetarian, proper thinking, positive thinking and meditation. Positive thinking is Vedanta, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. The highest positive thing is I am Brahman, not this body. Because positive thinking. Neither I am neither the body nor my immortal self I am. And then finally, meditation, you realize this. Into directly you perceive that purpose. This is the purpose, this is the life. It's got true life. Other life is just you are dreaming like and wasting your time. So don't waste your time. Don't run from teacher to teacher. No teacher can give you this thing. You have to work and be given the technique. Only you can do it. Don't go and get rid of some peacock feather teaching. Nothing will happen. And they can give you money, thousands of dollars to get a mantra. It's not going to work. It's within you all knowledge. You are that knowledge itself. You are that very God. Why you have to go to anybody? But you have to develop the technique we can teach you. But you have to practice. That's the purpose of life. There's a purpose of starting the symposium and bringing you all here. To remind you this. Your karma has brought you here, my karma has brought me here, and we're all joined, some Swamis and Majaris and some not the Majaris or householders, they're all staying and working together. We're together, including our Swami, senior Swami, disciple of Gurudev is here. It's not an accident. And I was then, and boy, I went to his place long time ago. Mother used to cook me. I stayed in the house. She used to cook beautiful meal at that time. Now we are doing the opposite. Nothing is accident. That's all you have to remember. But don't forget who you are. You are not identified with this body temporarily. That it concludes. Now we have your rest of the programs will announce at the program.